It was one of those freezing nights in Seattle's old warehouse district, the kind where the fog rolls in off the sound, and everything feels a little too quiet until it's not. There I was, Detective Jack Harlan, 38 years old and carrying more scars than I cared to count, chained to those rusty train tracks with a tiny newborn bundled in a ratty blanket right beside me, her cries cutting through the cold like a knife. The freight train's horn wailed in the distance, getting closer, vibrating the rails under us, and I thought, this is it. After all those years chasing shadows, I'm done, and this innocent kid's going down with me because I got too close to the wrong people. It started with a tip about a baby smuggling ring guys preying on desperate moms, snatching newborns from hospitals and selling them like merchandise to the highest bidder overseas. I'd been obsessed with cracking it ever since a case 5 years back went south, lost a kid in a raid, watched the light go out in his eyes, and that guilt? It gnawed at me every damn day, turned me into a lone wolf who didn't trust anyone, pushing everyone away. These traffickers ambushed me in an alley, 4 of them, bats and chains, laughing as they dragged me out here, whispering, "Sniff around our business again, cop." And this is what you get. The baby's mom? Probably coerced or worse. They dumped her kid with me as a twisted message. I twisted against the cuffs, blood dripping from my split lip, trying to shield her with my body useless. Really, but what else could I do? The ground shook harder, the headlight piercing the fog like Judgment Day. Then out of nowhere, this scrappy little girl, maybe 10, in a faded blue jacket, and her big old Labrador mix, Max, burst from the shadows. Sophie Reed. That's her name. Though I didn't know it then, street-smart kid who'd been bouncing between Fosters, tough as nails, but with eyes that saw right through you. Max barked like thunder, and Sophie froze for a second, then ran over, ignoring my yells to get back. "Hold on," she muttered, fumbling with the latches on the cuffs, her hands shaking, but steady enough while Max growled at the chains like he understood the stakes. "Click one free." I grabbed the baby basket, yanked her clear. Second cuff popped just as the train screamed by, wind whipping us like a hurricane, dust choking the air. We rolled to the gravel, hearts pounding, and I looked at this kid, this dog, thinking, how the hell did you find us? Sophie just hugged Max, whispered, "He always knows." And for the first time in years, I felt something crack inside, minute pain, but hope. Hospital lights were too bright after that, beeping machines, and that sterile smell reminding me I was alive, barely cracked ribs, stitches everywhere. Sophie showed up with Max, sneaking past the nurses with this old bandana she called her good luck charm, pressing it into my hand like it was armor. "You might need it next time," she said, voice small but fierce, and damn if that didn't hit me hard. Kid like her, probably seen more crap than most adults. Yet here she was, believing in a beat-up cop. That's when Elena Vargas slipped in, a retired midwife in her 60s, wiry and worn, eyes haunted by what she'd done. She'd been part of the ring, not the muscle, but the one who cared for the babies before sales, telling herself it was mercy compared to what others might do. Guilt ate her up, lost her own daughter years ago to illness, figured this was penance or something twisted. I swaddled them, fed them. She confessed, tears streaming. But I knew God. I knew where they were headed. We pressed her for names, and she whispered about the boss, Victor Kane, a scarred brute driven by greed and a grudge against the system that locked up his brother. But shadows moved outside her cabin window, Kane's watchers, and she clammed up, terrified they'd slit her throat like they threatened. We couldn't stop there. The guilt from my old case fueled me, and Sophie? She had this fire, drawing maps from symbols she'd seen on walls, codes for drop points. Her street life, giving her insights I never had. Max sniffed out trails from that blanket, leading us to their main lair, a dingy port warehouse stinking of fear and formula. We snuck in cribs like cages, babies wailing, and Kane stepped out, sneering. "Look who crawled back from the dead, Harlan. You and your little sidekicks think you can touch us." His goons grabbed Sophie, knife to her side. I froze, rage boiling, then Max lunged, jaws clamping his arm, Sophie breaking free. Gunfire erupted, bullets ricocheting, me diving for cover, ribs screaming, but I fired back, dropping too. Sophie, brave as hell, dialed 911 on a hidden phone, whispers frantic. "Warehouse by the docks, babies. Guns, help." Sirens wailed, Cops stormed in, came bolting into the night cursing, "This ain't over." We saved those kids, got most of the ring locked up. Judge slammed the gavel. Life sentences flying, but Kane slipped away, probably rebuilding somewhere. Me? I adopted Sophie, turned my aunt's old house into a home. Max chases squirrels in the yard now. And for once, the nightmares fade. But here's the thing that keeps me up. Elena's out there, free on a deal for testifying. And I wonder, does redemption really wipe the slate? What do you think? Was justice served? Or should folks like her pay fuller price? Drop a comment below. Share your take on forgiveness versus payback in these messes. Hit like if this hit home. Subscribe for more real-life twists. And hey, tell me, have you seen Miracles in the Chaos?